So I'll start talking if you want me to. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So these girls are the mothers of those ewe lambs. And as you can see, they all have gray bodies, black legs. There's one ewe here that I have a little bit of white. She's only recorded. But the rest of the sheep, there's a white ewe. The rest of the sheep will start coming up to you, of course.
Three.
So these moms, there are 3 in here that will be retiring because of their age or because I have one of their daughters that we bred this year, which is a higher percentage. What I didn't mention to you earlier is that because the semen that's coming from us is 100%, you would take the ewes number. For example, when we started, some of my ewes were only 37.5 Gotland. And then you take that 100%, you add the 2 numbers together and divide that into 2, and that's what gives you your number for the offspring. And so we've been doing this since 2010. We are now up to the 97, 98s. Also didn't mention to you that we had ram lambs born that were over 98% Gotland, but when their tests came back that they were a QQ, they didn't have that R in their blood work. We weathered those boys. Those boys have all left and gone to other farms just for fiber pets. They make beautiful fiber. It's just it's not something that you want to pass along to the next farm. Gotlands are so friendly. They just want you to love them. If you go on the island of Gotland and you're walking on the beach, they all come up to you and they're have maybe part seaweed around their neck because they've been in the sea and they've taken that. And I think this is why they like kelp so much. Kelp provides them with a little bit of iodine and copper. That's a free choice mineral that we have here on our farm, and that keeps them nice and gray. Now these girls are dirty because they've been outside, but you can see the inside of their fleeces here that are nice and gray. This mother here is retired. So these girls will be, what we start with the procedure is we'll be using the cedars, and then we pull the cedars out, the veterinarian gives us a schedule, and then they'll be ready to be artificially inseminated with 100% semen this year. And our backup ram, we haven't decided who we're using yet. So these girls now, there's a white, and I think I'll talk to you a little bit about the white that we have. When we started out, we did have a white ewe that was 50% Border Leicester and 50% Gotland. And white is a dominant color, so sometimes the white will stay with us and sometimes it leaves. But we've never had a white ewe that had spots all over her body. So we still can record her offspring. A lot of people who come will say, do you have any white fleeces for me? When you dye, it's kind of fun to dye to get your true color. And then also you can over dye on the grays. So you get a little bit of combination in your yarn. It's so pretty. And as you can see, this young lady coming up ahead there, she's very black. She stayed black. And I have people coming for her fleece because they want to do some really dark accents in their, whether it's for felting or, I have a lot of rug makers.
Three.
So we don't have enough land to let our sheep just graze. We still have to provide them with grain in the morning, and they get hay all day just to supplement them. I took my fecal counts just about a week ago. I got the results back, and of all the sheep, I was negative. I had no fecal parasites. So for us, this has worked. Like my veterinarian said, just continue doing what you're doing. They don't eat the grass down to nothing. And we do deworm in the spring and the fall. So as you can see, these girls like their hay.